Hi, my name is Jeff Coppersmith, and I want to talk to you about the importance of using a licensed freight forwarder to help you with all your export transactions. Sometimes your buyer will make all the arrangements, but often it'll be up to you, and that's when a local freight forwarder comes in handy. A freight forwarder is a company licensed by the Federal Maritime Commission and/or the International Air Cargo Association to assist you with your export transactions. Think of your freight forwarder as your international transportation department. From the very start of any export sale, you may want to consider hiring a freight forwarder. A freight forwarder will help you stay in compliance with the United States export laws and help you determine whether or not you can ship your goods to your customer. Most goods are bought and sold freely around the world, but there are certain restrictions on goods and to whom those goods can be sold. Some goods require a U.S. government license, so the first question to ask is, can I sell my product to that person or company in that particular country? Once that has been determined, the process begins. Your customer will ask for a quotation or pro forma invoice. This document tells the buyer what it will cost to get the item and have it delivered to him or her. From the cost of the goods at your warehouse to the final cost of the goods when they arrive in the foreign country, a licensed freight forwarder will ask the questions that will enable you to provide the cost to your customer. For example, what is the commodity? Goods exported from the United States require a commodity classification number, and the transportation pricing is based on that commodity. This cell phone, for example, has a unique 10-digit number or code. Is your product breakable? If it is, then it must be carefully packed. Packing is a cost to consider when pricing your buyer's order. Is your product temperature sensitive? If it is, then it must be shipped in a special refrigerated container, and that will add to the transportation cost. Does your product need to get there in a hurry? Air freight is the fastest way, but it's also the most expensive. If your product is not time sensitive, then shipping via ocean is the way to go. There are differences in ocean freight costs as well. A ship that goes directly to your buyer's country in 3 weeks costs more than a vessel that makes several stops and can take up to 6 weeks. Your freight forwarder will help you make the sale by figuring out the best way to meet your customers' delivery requirements. Are you planning on shipping enough for a full container or just a few boxes or pallets? The freight forwarder will help you determine whether or not it's a full container and consolidate your goods with other shippers to make a better transportation price. Is your product hazardous? Hazardous goods can be shipped, but there are very special requirements, and your choice of transportation may be limited and the cost is much greater. Is your product super heavy or super sized? The freight forwarder may need to make special arrangements for permits and specialized equipment. Based on these questions, the freight forwarder is able to give you all the cost to get your product to the buyer. The freight forwarder gives you information needed to prepare a pro forma invoice to send to the buyer. The buyer now knows what it's going to cost to buy your product and have it shipped to their country. Easy and reliable. That's what exporting can be. You know your product and how to sell it. Your freight forwarder knows how to export it economically, safely, and most importantly, in compliance with U.S. export laws. You're not required to use a freight forwarder to make international sales, but it sure helps. In our next segment, we learn how to make the freight forwarder help you deliver on the promises made in a popular form of export financing called the letter of credit. Thanks for watching.